please hit that subscribe button. Hey everybody, better suited to win the Stanley Cup this season. If you are new to the channel, Washington Capitals, the Boston Bruins.
Locked on and he scored! And we're live.
Hey everybody. So yesterday we got a couple pieces of news involving non-playoff teams. Obviously the playoffs are still going on with the conference finals, but all the teams who are no longer in it are free to make moves amongst themselves. And one of those teams, the Los Angeles Kings, signed defenseman Sean Walker to a contract extension. He was a pending restricted free agent, and he is now locked up with the LA Kings for the next 4 years at $2.65 million per season. So before I fully get into things, I just ask that you please hit that subscribe button if you're new, and give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already, as that really helps the video and is very, very much appreciated. But let's talk about it a little bit here. Sean Walker, 25-year-old defenseman for the Los Angeles Kings, coming off his first full season in the NHL, in which he played 70 games last year, scoring 5 goals, 19 assists for 24 points. This was a pretty good first, full year in the NHL for Walker. He's, a mid-20s guy. He's taken a little bit of time to develop and get to the NHL, but now that he's here, he is proving to be a pretty valuable guy and a solid middle to bottom pair D-man for a team that's in a rebuilding stage like the Los Angeles Kings. Overall, I think this is a really, really good deal for them. Like I said, he's still on the younger side, only 25 years old. It's a 4-year deal, so he's locked up for a substantial amount of time. And the cap hit is not very big, just $2.65 million per year, under $3 million per season. That's a very good cap hit for a guy that I think can be a middle pair defenseman, particularly on a team like LA, where they're still in that rebuilding stage, and they're not a cap crunch team, or they're not a team that's going for Stanley Cups and are spending right up to the salary cap ceiling. They're a team that is still going to be a couple of years before they start to really make some waves again, while they wait for these younger players to develop. And it's not, that cap hit is not an issue at all for them. So Walker's an interesting player. Obviously, he played 70 games, as I said, last year. The year before, he played 39, so about half the season. He had 10 points. But last year was his first real full season in the NHL. And I thought he played pretty well. He was a solid D-man. I think on most teams, Walker would be a bottom pair defenseman. But on a team like LA, where they don't have a lot on the back end right now, and they are in that rebuilding stage, I think he could be a number 4 or number 3 on that team. And if he continues to produce and he continues to play well, I think you're going to see him end up probably being a middle pair D-man for the Los Angeles Kings. I think he's got 30 to 40 point potential over the course of a full season. I think he's going to continue to get better. He's a solid two-way guy. He can put up some offensive numbers, but he can play well in his own zone as well. And overall, I just think he's a solid, depth defenseman type player, someone who can be a good part of the, middle to bottom of the lineup. And for under $3 million a year, you can't go wrong with a contract like that. So good signing here for LA. They get a pretty solid young D-man locked up, and to a pretty good contract, particularly long-term and lower cap hit. So that's obviously good for the team. And overall, I just think this is a solid move here by the Los Angeles Kings. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, our donation link, Patreon, and merchandise store are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.